You're listening to the Fast F1 podcast. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Fast F1 podcast with me, Danny Kane.
And I'm Eddie Meteye-O'Kane.
And today we're talking about the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix. And Eddie, what did you think of the race?
It's the same as always. Do you want to say it first?
You
know how to describe this one.
It's Monaco. It's a boring race as usual, in my opinion.
God, yes. He knows exactly how to describe this one.
Well,
he says it all the time.
I just don't like Monaco.
He really doesn't. I thought every time I watched it, I was like, oh, it's a pretty good race. Until now, I actually had learned every year how boring it actually was. I actually realized in the moment now. I was like, oh my gosh,
once in a while
it
comes up with a good race, but it's rare in my opinion. And when it's bad, it's really bad. And this one was really bad.
Yeah.
But so we had a couple of teams, McLaren, and I guess a couple of Formula 2 teams doing Ayrton Senna tributes.
Yep, Ayrton Senna's classical helmet colors for when he was still in F1, the green, the yellow. McLaren, I think it might have, I know it wasn't Prima, might have been, I think, one of the Red Bull junior teams, or maybe Invicta, something like that. I think they brought in Ayrton Senna livery. I don't know about F3, though. I have not watched that one yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, McLaren sporting Ayrton Senna tribute colors, and actually I thought the cars looked pretty sharp. But well, give us a 1-minute summary of the practice sessions and other news that is happening.
All right, so let's see. Lewis Hamilton tops free practice 1 with a 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 169 milliseconds for free practice 1. Many lockups at turn 1 for free practice 1 and a couple in free practice 2. Pierre Gasly with a technical issue in free practice 1, forcing him to retire. Max Verstappen ends free practice 1 in P11, the bottom half. Free practice 2, Charles Leclerc, home hero, tops it with a 1 minute, 11 seconds and 278 milliseconds, nearly a full second faster than the previous session. Turn 14 is hit by about half of the grid in free practice 2. And then Max Verstappen's P4 in free practice 2. Not looking good for the Red Bulls so far. And then Charles Leclerc tops free practice 3 with a 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 369 milliseconds, which is slower than when he topped the previous session. Valtteri Bottas breaks suspension, forcing him to retire as well, and causing a red flag, as Joe did in free practice 1. And then Verstappen ends P2 in FP3. No first places in any sessions for Max Verstappen.
Nope. The pace of Leclerc is looking very strong, and Hamilton was looking very strong in the first couple of practice sessions as well. But then we moved on to qualifying, and it was not a Max Verstappen pole position.
Oh my gosh. We've seen this before. We've seen it twice before. We've seen it for a third time now. Charles Leclerc takes his third pole position. Still yet to take that podium or a win, though.
Well, yeah, coming into this race, he'd never had a podium or a win of any sort in any racing series at Monaco. So in Formula 3, Formula 2, he's never finished on the podium in any series at Monaco.
How unlucky can you be? I mean, you've been driving a Ferrari for about 4 years now, too.
Yeah. So he's had his chances, though, and he's had some bad luck to go with it. He had one race that was definitely his fault, where he crashed, but that was, like I said, his own fault for that one.
And then there was the pit crew.
Every he's had some misfortune as well.
Every time in 2022, it's always the pits for Ferrari that always haunts him.
So you had Leclerc on pole.
I did.
Piastri and Sainz and Norris were the top 4 in qualifying, and I think that I might have even said I don't expect that to change at all during the race, and lo and behold, it didn't change at all during the race.
Yeah, not surprising. This is the hardest track to overtake in. Last year, I found out that there were only 11 overtakes. If they had one less, that'd be only half of the grid.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring race in my opinion. It just, follow the leader the whole time.
There were two shock misfortunes for two pretty important drivers who got knocked out in Q1. Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, and even more surprisingly than last time, Checo Perez starting 18th.
Yeah, pretty terrible qualifying for Perez.
It's not looking good.
No, he's not been looking good at all lately. Yeah.
And this is what we had feared at the beginning of the season, too. Mainly my dad said, well, yeah, he's looking pretty strong now, but I have a feeling that he's going to start to back off later in the season. It might be a little earlier than we thought.
Well, I mean, I said a couple of races ago I was worried that he might start to slip toward the back of the field, and he has been. But in fairness to Perez, Verstappen has not looked as dominant this year as he did last year.
But he's nowhere near as bad as Perez, though. And keep in mind, Dad, if Verstappen wins every race for the rest of the season, not that he's probably going to, in fact, he's probably not going to, he's still going to have the exact same amount of wins that he did last season.
Yeah. We'll see how it all pans out. But, yeah, the Red Bulls definitely are not as dominant this year as they were last year. But Perez is struggling lately.
I wouldn't say he's struggling. I'd say he's really struggling because he hasn't gotten a fastest lap or a win or a pole all of the 1/3 of the season so far. That's pretty
And all
bad.
of that would be fine if he were finishing second every time to Verstappen, if he was right there with Verstappen every time, but he's not lately.
He's only done it like twice or three times.
Well, in the past couple of races, he's not been anywhere near him. So then, in the race, lap 1, Perez, like you said, starting in 18th, which led to him being involved in a first lap accident with Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg.
You'd think that someone who's about to get their license taken away would be very calm, and if I were them, would probably wait a lap for you to be in front.
Yeah, Magnussen sitting on 10 penalty points. If he gets up to 12, he's got a race ban, and steamed up the inside, if you could even call it the inside of Perez on the going up the hill.
It's not a place you overtake.
It really isn't. And
No.
I mean, you could kind of see what he was trying to do, but even if he had managed to get all the way alongside Perez going into turn 3, he would have been on the outside.
I had actually saw the replay today. He clipped the wall first.
He did clip the wall before he hit Perez, yeah.
But
Perez squeezed him over, though.
But he didn't back away. That's what you're not supposed to do.
Well,
you're supposed to back away after you hit a wall.
And, I mean, either way, he was not in a position to make the pass. And he was never all the way alongside him. And he hit Perez, and they both went out, and in the process clipped Hülkenberg. Who, when you listen
What's
to
the number one rule?
Well, about not hitting your teammate?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you can really say that Magnussen hit his teammates necessarily, but I mean, he took out his teammate by taking out Perez.
Well, they're not the only ones who actually hit each other, but more on that in a moment.
Well,
and it's the crazier thing because both of them were actually disqualified from qualifying.
Which is why they were in the back of the pack like that as well. But either way, Magnussen just... I can't believe he didn't get a penalty for that. That's
absurd.
I think that's the FIA not wanting to suspend somebody. There's always been the debate of, well, if somebody ever gets up to 12 penalty points, will they actually be suspended for one race?
We'll never find out.
And I think that them not giving a penalty to Magnussen was them trying to avoid having to suspend him for a race. But I mean, he's gotten all of those penalty points, or the vast majority of them, at least, he's gotten this year. I don't know when he got his first penalty point of those 10. Saudi of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gotten all of those penalty points this year, which means we're not even halfway through the season. He's got to wait until first part of next year.
There's no way
before any of them drop off. So
there's no way
he's in a pretty bad spot.
And if he keeps doing this, the FIA can't not give him a penalty forever.
Right. Well, it looks like he will be racing at Canada, but one person who might not be racing at Canada, Esteban
Ocon. He is someone you, A, don't want to be near, or B, even more, don't want to be their teammates. He is prone to crashing into the other Alpine more than anyone else.
Well, he's. I mean, whether it's been for Alpine or for Force India Racing Point.
Well, they're the same thing, right?
I guess he wasn't there at Racing Point, but when he was at Force India with Perez, they collided with each other a couple of times. So he's not immune to running into his teammate, and he caused a collision with Gasly.
Maybe it's the BWT sponsor. Maybe he should be around that.
Maybe so. But either way, I actually don't think that move was as audacious as other people say, but considering it was on his teammate and they did collide and it took him out of the race, I do kind of understand that. But the team boss of Alpine basically saying that Ocon's going to face consequences. So does that mean that he's not going to be racing at Canada, that they're going to give him the axe for that race? I don't personally think that that'll happen. I think there'll be punishments behind closed doors.
I don't either, but two things. One, let's say this again. What's the number one rule, Dad?
Yeah, you don't take out your teammate.
Exactly. And that's basically what he did.
Yeah, well, that is what he collided with his teammate, and then he took himself out of the race in the process. If there wasn't for the red flag, yeah, neither of them would have scored in the points. And then Gasly did end up getting a point in the end.
He did?
Yeah, he finished in 10th place.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Jack Doohan actually racing in a race in F1. There are like 7 drivers who I could name like right now who need a chance in F1.
And I would say that they deserve those chances over Gasly or Ocon. I don't think either of them are champion material. I mean, maybe once upon a time that Ocon was, but I don't think that Gasly ever has been.
No, Ocon would never have been championship material. Gasly would have been at it, if anything, compared to him.
I disagree with you.
Well, he won in an Alpha Tauri.
Ocon was, but Gasly, I don't think Gasly's ever had it. I think he had some promise in Toro Rosso before he went to the Red Bull,
and then some more at Alpha Tauri. But
even then, I don't think he's done very well. Even since he dropped off the Red Bull team, I know he won the race at Italy, but I think that was more good fortune than anything.
Well, yeah, that was because of the great pit stop timing. I mean, that was not because of him. I mean, he was putting up a pretty good race. I think he started at like 4th or something.
Right. And Verstappen and Hamilton took each other out.
Put him up to P2, and then red flag happened.
Yeah, so he got fortunate with that one.
He did. Other than that, right before the red flag, other than those 2 incidents, that's right, there's more at Monaco. Sainz with the puncture.
Yeah, Sainz and Piastri made contact turn 1 on lap 1, and it punctured Sainz's tire, but it ended up not meaning anything because the red flag that came out, they put the starting order back to how it was, so Sainz got to restart in 3rd place again.
Somehow, yes. Because he got a puncture, he was in last after lap 1, but then the FIA stewards were like, yeah, we should put him at the back of the grid if he's able to fix it. But wait, we never did finish lap 1.
Yeah, so they restarted the race with the regular starting order, and so Sainz got to...
And I was so happy because I'm a huge Sainz fan.
And after that, though...
Nothing.
Not much to speak about. There were a couple of pit stops, and that's about it.
Well, Lance Stroll had kind of an incident with a tire coming off his car.
Lance Stroll had
really
a puncture, and he put on soft tires and came steaming back, to the pack and made a few passes. But
he was fast.
It was a really dull race.
But it's time to say the biggest thing of all weekend. After many years of waiting, he's finally done it. Charles Leclerc wins at Monaco. He doesn't just get a podium, he gets that top step.
So he got to win at the track that he grew up, looking down from his balcony watching the races, and he finally won a race in Monaco where he grew up.
It's amazing because Monaco's a small little city. Then again, it's an expensive city. Like many F1 drivers live there, but it's a small city.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool to see that he did get the win. Although I would say he did it in the right way.
Yes.
In that, I forget who...
Oscar?
I forget who the original person to say it was, but, the idea of winning you want to win the race in the slowest way possible, and that's effectively what he did. He went slowly, kept the guys close to him, but kept them far enough away that he was able to stay ahead. He didn't have to pit at all because everybody changed tires during the red flag. So
Was that Alan Prost?
I don't know who it was that would have said it originally.
That's a guess.
But anyway, he won the race. Congratulations to Charles Leclerc.
But
well deserved.
Even more importantly, though, Perez, he dropped to 4th and 5th.
Yeah, he dropped down to 5th place now in the standings. And Leclerc is only 31 points behind Verstappen. So it could be that the championship is back on and that that Leclerc could possibly make a challenge for the championship, but I don't think he actually will.
I could have sworn it was only 25 points, but whatever.
There's 24 points difference between Red Bull and Ferrari.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but 31 separate Verstappen and Leclerc.
And then just a couple more, like about 11 more points between Leclerc and Norris, who's now in 3rd.
I think that's another about 25 more, but yeah, it's something like that. Norris is in 3rd.
And then another, I think it's 1 point
Sainz
now.
is right behind Norris, yeah.
And then about 7 points behind them is Perez. So it's
I'm not
so
sure exactly
close.
how the points work out.
This is what I said after round 3, I think. I know it wasn't at the beginning, but after I said round 3, this could be a very tight battle for first place.
It could be.
It's not.
So let's move on to our predictions from last week.
Yeah.
So I had predicted that the top 3 would be Verstappen. I said Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz.
And then I said, and I was so confident about this too. I said Leclerc, booyah. And then I said Hamilton, Verstappen. Was pretty close. We were both actually very close. Luckily, neither of us said
Well, you
Perez.
got the race winner right.
I did. I was very pleased.
I was pretty far off, honestly. I
pleased.
had Leclerc in 2nd, and Sainz ended up getting 4th in the race, and he got 3rd in the race.
He
so I
did
did get that one right. So, but Verstappen was 6th, so I'm not very close with him.
Worst result for the past 2 seasons.
Yep.
This might not be his time.
Yeah.
Well,
So let's
twice.
talk about Canada then, and our predictions for the Canadian Grand Prix.
We've already gotten rid of 2 Ayrton Senna races. Now we're coming up to Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah, the Circuit de Villeneuve.
And then who's next?
So I'm going to say for Canada that we're going to see Lando Norris getting his 2nd win.
I could take that. I could see that. I don't. I think Max Verstappen's going to do it again. Now I think so.
Verstappen back up.
Let's see if I can finally get a Max Verstappen win for once this season. Goodness.
I'm going to say it's going to be Norris, Verstappen, Piastri.
Norris, Verstappen, Piastri. So
Yeah,
double
I think that
McLaren.
Leclerc's going to have his worst race of the season. He's going to finish 5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's still
He
finished.
still has finished every race in the top 4,
1/3
which is better than Verstappen.
of the year. Top 4. That's amazing. Well, no, yeah, it is better than Verstappen by
Verstappen-
2 races.
Verstappen has finished 6th, then he had one race where he didn't finish.
And Sainz won it.
And Sainz has finished every race in the top 5 except for the one that he didn't participate in.
Well, yeah, that's still pretty good,
So,
especially considering Ollie
Really
Behrman.
good consistency from the Ferraris, but I think that this is a race where they're not going to quite be there as much.
I don't think so
I think you'll
either.
see Sainz and Leclerc in 4th and 5th, but
I've
I've gone and predicted the entire top 5 now.
I've got a very weird guess.
Okay.
You can make fun of me all you want after the next episode. And you can literally laugh at me during the podcast. I'm going to say
go ahead.
I'm going to say Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc.
Okay. I'm going to laugh at you now. There's no way that's going to happen.
I know you were going to say that. I've got a weird feeling though.
No, I don't know. I mean, it could happen, but the Aston Martins have not looked, well, Alonso has not looked as strong lately as he had been at the beginning of the year.
Well, I mean, we just saw that at Monaco, qualified 16th, Dad.
Right. And Stroll, I mean, Stroll is
Stroll is Stroll.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our 2024 Monaco Grand Prix race review. And make sure you give this podcast a like on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Thanks for listening. I'm Danny Kane.
And I'm Eddie Meteye-O'Kane.
And this has been the Fast F1 Podcast.